Well, hello, and welcome back, y'all. So, I did something off camera. I did a build. I couldn't sleep last night, so I decided to build something. And my idea was a detached home to where, like, all the pieces of the house aren't necessarily connected. I did not know how I was going to go about doing that, but I figured I would make it work as I went. And then as I went, I figured, ooh, mid century. So that's what I did, and this is what we have. So I don't know if it's 100% mid-century, but I feel like it is. I think it's very mid-century, especially once we go inside. But as you see here is the front. We've got, oh my god, the roofing. The Because I had, once I started going with it, I was like, okay, this is exactly what I want to do. I needed to figure out how I was going to do the roofing. I knew I wanted to have like little angles and weird roofing things. So I did, and holy cow, it took me forever. I thought I was going to cry. Honestly, it was so painful. Getting these to line up, or getting this one to line up with this here, and then over here as well to have this back here line up properly. I'll show you that in a minute. I'll let you know as when I get to it. But here in the front, it's just some very basic landscaping, not a lot of florals or anything like that. It's just a lot of bushes and greenery. We do have a plant hanging here and a wind chime. And then here on the porch, we just have a little bistro table and some plants, as well as some lighting and a door. And yes, the trash can is out in front by the mailbox. It's just how I did it. I figured that was a very mid-century thing to do. Also with the windows, very simple. In my mind, very mid-century kind of style where the windows go around the corner. So I did that on both sides. And then because this was raised up, I wanted to add some windows there so it would look a little bit better in the inside. And you'll see that here in just a minute. And then of course they have two boys that share a room. So there's their bikes. We've got a tree in Big and by One with the flowers, their swing set. This side of the yard is basically their kind of playground. So the swing set and the monkey bars are on this side. They also have a football and soccer ball and a water balloon bucket as well. Did a little bit of terrain paint there. And then back here, these are the two bedrooms. We've got the boys' bedroom over here on the right and the parents' bedroom over on the left. So once it's bedtime, if the parents are in here or the kids are in here, whatever, the other ones are in their bedroom, you're not going to hear what's going on. And then we've got a little bit of lavender bushes around the house and a place to eat outside. So the roofing, oh boy. Yeah. This is a bathroom extension. And then you've got the little room here. This is one roof, two, three, and four roofs. Yep, four roofs. I couldn't do exactly what I was thinking, where I've seen creators put another roof piece up at the top. I couldn't figure that out. I said, screw it, this is good enough. And I just went with it. And when I did, I ended up with this little inset or cut in piece here. And I had the roof part here. Now I did have to move this, fine tune it, kind of moving. So I did Shift C and you get the extra bubbles on there. And then you hold down Alt and you can move this smoothly wherever you want to put it so that it lines up exactly how you want it to line up. So that was that part of the roof. This wasn't the problem. This roof over here wasn't even a problem. What became the problem was when I was trying to do a glass roof down here on the patio area. So as you see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 roof pieces, plus this 1, 2, 3 more pieces for the front side. And the reason I placed this here was because this piece of the roof, I can show you, this piece of the roof here, if I brought it all the way out, was clipping into the ceiling. I tried, moving that up. It just wasn't working. So in doing it this way with the second piece, I was able to get it to where it wasn't overlapping. And I really liked this little additional architecture, I guess. But it did take me a while. What took me the absolute longest was this roof here. Don't ask me how or why. It just did. It took me an eternity. This one is 1, 2, 3 pieces, and it is the hipped roof. And I honestly, I just kept playing around with the different types of roofings and with, bringing in the eaves and not bringing in the eaves, adding trim, not adding trim. I went back and forth on that, but it doesn't matter. How I ended up here doesn't matter. The fact is, I did end up here and I love this build. The inside was glorious to put together. It really was. I had so much fun. I really did. Okay, so let's go inside and I'll show you. So here is the front porch. As you can see, oh, I didn't repaint that. I got to repaint that. That should be wood like that. So anyway, you walk into the living room. Is a very mid-century home, as best as I could do. We have a giant skylight here with no obstruction. It's just a big old piece of glass. I do have Sputnik hanging on the glass. We're going to pretend that's a thing and that it works because I had to use Sputnik in this room, and I did, and I'm so glad I did. So in the living room here, we have like peachy orange kind of couches and chairs, square table with some clutter. This rug just to me screamed mid-century, so I added that. I also added this phone, which screams mid-century, and this lamp, which also screams mid-century. And then I kind of played off the colors of the rug and the couches to add the blue curtains. They're a little bit of a brighter blue than I would like, but I think it's okay. And then, of course, the mid-century, TV stand over here. And then some records, a record player, and a bar. I love this corner so much. It's so fun. I love mid-century, especially the 70s kind of retro funk, spaceshipy, futuristic kind of feel. Love it. Absolutely freaking love it. These sconces are also mid-century style. Everything in here that I picked, I tried to make it mid-century style. Now, the clutter, of course, is not necessarily going to be, but as far as the structure and the main pieces of furniture, I think is definitely mid-century style. But I absolutely love it. And yeah, of course, back in the mid-centuries, you did not have flat screen TVs that attached to your wall. So we're just going to ignore that and move on. And then the kitchen totally to me screams mid-freaking century. I mean, look at this. The hanging light up at the top, the turquoisey kind of cabinets, the sconce, the stove, and the refrigerator. You even have a little bar cart over here with, some cookies that mom or dad was making. We got some cute little pictures, the colors, the clutter. This is so mid-century to me, and I freaking love it. I think it looks fantastic. I hope you guys like it too, because I am in love with it. Then we go over here, and yes, I have tested it. Your sim can get back here. You walk in, this is the office. This is more kind of upscale mid-century, I guess. So you've got a really nice desk. You actually have a computer, which I was thinking, okay, mid-century, they didn't have computers. But if they're going to have a computer, it's going to be a crappy one. I figured that made more sense. And then the chair and the bookcases. And then, of course, the yellow curtains. I was looking for something more like a golden color, but it just wasn't working. So I went with the yellow, and I'm glad I did. The bookcases, it's actually, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. So I've got one coming from the corner and then one next to it. And then this way I also have one coming from the corner and next to it. So it gives you this nice little kind of corner bookshelf kind of thing. And I love it. I think it looks so cool. And of course, you have to have paneling if you're going to do mid-century anything. And these doors, oh my God, I love these doors. These doors are my absolute favorite doors. I want to use them in every freaking build, but I can't. And walking out of that office, oh my God, the view. It is amazing. And then this is the guest bathroom. Yep, it's pink. Because guess what? They had pink bathrooms in mid-century times. They had green bathrooms. They had blue bathrooms. Yellow bathrooms. It was, I would say, not really rare, but not so much of a common thing to have a purely white bathroom. So I was like, pink. We're doing pink, by God. So I did, and this is what I came up with, and I love it. It's so funny, but I freaking love it. So now we're going to go out the door and into the backyard. So here are the steps that take you to the boys' playground area. And then these steps over here on the other side take you down to the little garden patch. and flower arranging table so that there's a little bit more stuff to do here. Oh yeah, and then of course, the bonsai tree. So here on the patio, it's kind of simple, but it's so freaking awesome. This is from Businesses and Hobbies. I did make it smaller by 1. I've got the wall plants there that I pushed into the wall a little bit so it looks like the planters are hanging. We got another plant over there and then another one of these planter boxes. We also have a picnic basket for the boys' room, which is over here. And then this table from the bowling pack. Absolutely love it. And then a grill. And again, glass ceiling so you can enjoy the sun without getting rained on. Okay, so now this side, this is the parents' bedroom. Now we're going to walk in here and it is carpeted. It's shag carpeting, green shag carpeting. Yep. Why green, you ask? Because it matches the green on the pillows. And I knew I absolutely had to use this bed. There isn't, in my eyes, another bed in this whole game pack or this whole game that screams mid-century more than this bed. So I used it, picked out a color or a swatch, and then added the rug, the shag carpeting anyway. And then chose this rug. I thought it went really well with the browns and the blue that matches the bed. We've got the curtains. I love this room. I love the boys' room a little bit more, but I like the main house more than anything, as if you couldn't tell. And yeah, just a little bit of clutter in a bookcase. Oh yeah, and then they have their own bathroom, and that one is yellow. It's all yellow. And yes, I did add the curtains like I tend to do sometimes. I had to take out that wall, both of those walls, and then this wall, and then manually place the curtains where I wanted them and added the walls back. So there you go. This is the yellow bathroom. Yay! Now we're going to go into the boys' room. So that is over here. Boy, they give their children all the kind of leeway in the world. My goodness. It's the boys' room. I really like it. I really do. This is so fun. They have blue shag carpeting and then the 2 beds with the matching rug. The curtains aren't a perfect match, but they're about as close as I could get. And then, of course, they have their vinyl records on the walls as decor and a dartboard that they can stand here and play darts. They also have their beautiful skylight up there, a dresser with some stuff. They got guitars because Lord knows in the 60s and 70s they played guitars, the free love, everybody plays guitar, long hair kind of thing. And then this little cabinet here, which is all pieces that were pieced together, I believe, from a high school or the college pack. I think it was the high school pack. And then I added some clutter in there, some board games and things like that. And then their bathroom, I love their bathroom. It's probably my favorite. It's the turquoisey blue. Yes, it's the same thing, just different colors. And I love it. I love it, love it, love it. It is so fun. This was a really fun build to do. It was the roofing. Once I got the roofing out of the way, it was fun. The roofing part really kind of sucked for me, but I absolutely loved it. It was great. I have no words. I keep saying the same words over and over again, but here is the full layout of the property. There is no fence. Didn't necessarily need them back in the day. So here is the main living area, the outdoor patio, the boys' room, and the parents' room. And then top down, look at all those colors. Look at them. Look at them. They are amazing. So there's a top view of the boys' room, the parents' bedroom. Wait, are my bathrooms off? No, they're good. Are they? Yeah, they're good. And then here you have the pink bathroom, the living room, kitchen, office, and then the porch. Now there was one wall that I needed to fit. Where'd it go? There it is. And there we go. Fixed it. That was an easy one. So anyhow, this is the entire build. Guys, I hope you like this. Even just a smidge, just a tiny smidge, as much as I like it. I love it. It was so much fun. It did take a while to put together simply because, I was like mid-century bed, mid-century sofa. I had to keep that in mind. Otherwise, I was going to lose my mind and it wasn't going to end up being mid-century at all. I don't know that it's 100% mid-century, but it's pretty darn close, I think, anyway. It's the closest I could get. So anyway, if y'all want to download this one, You can find it on the gallery under hashtag detached MCM, which is the title, or my personal hashtags of lilmomma and Momma-One. Do feel free to let me know down in the comments below what you think of the build. Do you like the detached style? Is it something you think that you would enjoy or your Sims would enjoy? Like, if you lived here, would you like it? I don't know, I'm curious. I'm just thinking it's a nice privacy for either parents or the kids. So if you're having a party here, you know, the parents can be here or the kids could be here, whichever, whoever's throwing the party. You know what I mean? Anyway, you're always welcome to leave any and all other comments, questions, and suggestions down below. Make sure you hit like and subscribe if you're new. And until next time, y'all, have fun.